Welcome everyone to today's class. Hello everyone, this is me from Momotaz Teaching Home going to teach you a very much interesting topic today which will be motion. So now let's get into the topic without wasting any more single time. At first we can see position and displacement. Now let's read what is position. Position is the location of an object at a specific point in time. That means position is the particular place, just the position of an object. If you put that object in anywhere, like you just placed a book in your bed, now the position of the book is the bed. Displacement, the change in position of an object. Displacement means the change in position of an object, means the change in position, the change of place of an object. The displacement is a vector quantity, which means it has both magnitude and direction. We all know vector quantities have magnitude and direction, so displacement also have magnitude and direction. For example, if you move 5 meters to the east, then displacement will be 5 meters to the east again. Now in the next page we can see distance and displacement. Distance, the total length of the path traveled by an object regardless of direction. It is a scalar quantity, meaning it has only magnitude. We all know scalar quantities only have magnitude, so distance also has magnitude. Distance is the total length of the path you traveled actually. Like if you traveled from, suppose you traveled Newark to what can I say, California, just suppose, then the distance will be the, just you know what, the distance you traveled will be the distance actually, like 10,000 kilometers will be the distance. Just suppose, don't take it seriously. Then displacement, as mentioned above, this is the straight line distance between the initial and final position along with the direction. Speed and velocity, so there is a huge difference between speed and velocity. So now let's read this. Speed, the rate at which an object covers distance. It is a scalar quantity and it is calculated by dividing the total distance traveled by the time it takes to travel distance. So speed also has magnitude. The formula of speed is distance divided by time. So suppose the distance is 1000 km and the time is 30 meters, then you can calculate easily what is the speed of the object. Then comes velocity, the rate at which an object changes its position. It's a vector quantity and includes both speed and direction. Velocity equals to displacement by time. That means the formula of velocity is displacement divided by time. The rate at which an object changes its position means the rate at which an particular object, a single thing, will change its position, it changes its place. So now let's go to the next page. It's acceleration. Now let's read what is acceleration. The rate at which an object's velocity changes over time. It's a vector quantity. That means acceleration is a vector quantity and it has both magnitude, and the other thing vector quantities has. Positive acceleration means an increase in velocity, while negative acceleration means deceleration actually. It is called deceleration, means a decrease in velocity. That means the acceleration is positive, means the velocity is increasing. The acceleration is negative, means decrease in velocity. Now let's read the Newton's laws of motions. First law, inertia. An object at a rest will stay at rest, and an object in motion will stay in motion at a constant velocity unless acted upon by an external force. That means if an object is resting, it will rest, and if an object is in motion, it will stay in motion. Like a moving object will keep moving unless a constant velocity. So the thing is, unless acted upon external force. That means if the motion is acted upon external force, then it will stop. Second law, force and acceleration. The acceleration of an object is directly proportional to the net force acting on it and inversely. It is the second law of Newton, inversely proportional to its mass. F equals to ma, where F is force and m is mass and a is acceleration. So by reading this, we can understand the formula of force is m multiplied by a. That means mass and acceleration. Here F equals to ma means F is force and m is mass and a is acceleration. Then comes third law, action and reaction. For every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. Suppose you punch a wall in your house, then you will get you will just do self damage. That means it is action and it also has reaction. Now let's come to types of motion. There are lots of types of motion. Now let's see which kind of motions are mentioned here. At first, linear motion, movement in a straight line. If you just walk straight line, if a ball is going straight, if the car is going straight, it is just linear motion. As example, a car driving on a straight road. If a car goes straight, it is going on a linear motion. Rotational motion, movement around a central point. As example, a spinning top. If the object's motion, rotational motion means the object is rotating. As example, you can see the spinning top. The spinning tops keep rotating, so it's a rotational motion. Then oscillatory motion, back and forth movement in a regular pattern. As example, pendulum. Then projectile motion, motion of an object thrown or projectile into the air, subject to only force of gravity. Then comes kinematics and dynamics. Kinematics means the study of motion without considering its causes. That means we will study the motion without knowing its causes, what it causes. This study includes displacement, velocity and acceleration. Then dynamics means the study of the forces and torques that cause motion. That means we will study about the forces and torques that causes the motion. So I think that's all about our today's class. If there was any mistake in today's class, please forgive me. But before ending the class, let's review all our lesson what we learned today. So at first we learned position and displacement. What is position? What is displacement? After that we learned distance and displacement. Here we learned what is distance, what is displacement. Then we learned speed and velocity. We learned the formula of velocity. We learned the formula of speed. In the next page we learned acceleration. What is acceleration? What is deceleration? Then in the next page we learned the Newton's law of motion and the formula of force. Then after the next page we learn types of motion. What is linear motion, what is rotational motion, what is oscillatory motion, and what is projectile motion. And in the end of the class we learned kinematics and dynamics. So that's all about our today's class. If there was any mistake, you can kindly forgive me. So I think that's all about our today's class.